They hid it for centuries. A gospel that speaks of lost sacraments, divine mysteries, and a shocking relationship between Jesus and Mary Magdalene. Unlike the traditional Gospels, this text whispers secrets of an ancient Christianity that the Church never taught. Could it hold the key to an alternative version of Christ's message, one that was erased from history? What does the Gospel of Philip really say? And why was it buried for over 1,000 years? Prepare to uncover one of the most cryptic and controversial texts ever discovered, one that challenges the very foundations of what we think we know about Christianity. The year was 1945. Deep in the Egyptian desert, a discovery was made that would shake biblical scholarship to its core: the Nag Hammadi Library, a collection of ancient writings hidden for nearly 1,600 years. Inside, scholars found mysterious texts that did not align with traditional Christian doctrine. One of them was the Gospel of Philip. If you want to know more about what Nag Hammadi is and why it was buried for so long, check out the video linked here on top right corner and also in the description. Unlike Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, this Gospel doesn't tell a chronological story of Jesus' life. Instead, it is a cryptic compilation of mystical teachings, discussing enlightenment, sacred unions, and a hidden power buried beneath mainstream Christianity. But the Gospel of Philip is not just another lost Christian text. It contains something far more controversial. It hints at a secret relationship between Jesus and Mary Magdalene, and it speaks of a ritual so mysterious that its true meaning is still debated today. Perhaps the most explosive part of this Gospel is its reference to Mary Magdalene. It describes her as the companion of Jesus, using the Coptic word koinos, which can mean a close partner or even a spouse. One infamous passage states, "The Savior loved her more than all the disciples, and he used to kiss her often on the blank." Yes, the manuscript is physically damaged at a crucial point. Scholars can only guess what the missing word was: forehead? Hand? Mouth? The ambiguity has fueled endless speculation. Could this mean that Mary Magdalene played a far more significant role in Jesus' life than we were taught? Was she, as some claim, part of a sacred divine union? For centuries, Mary Magdalene was labeled as a repentant sinner, a prostitute, but that image comes from later interpretations, not from the earliest Christian writings. The Gospel of Philip paints a very different picture. It suggests that Mary had a unique and elevated status among Jesus' followers, one that might have been deliberately erased. To know more about Mary Magdalene, you can also check our video about the Gospel of Mary linked here on top right corner and in the description. Beyond the controversy of Mary Magdalene, the Gospel of Philip speaks extensively about sacraments, rituals that granted divine knowledge and spiritual transformation. One of the most mysterious is the bridal chamber, a rite mentioned multiple times in the text. But what was this ritual? Was it a metaphor for spiritual enlightenment? A lost Christian practice? Or something even more radical, a sacred union between male and female that symbolized divine wholeness? Some scholars believe this sacrament was linked to early Gnostic beliefs, where salvation came not from blind faith, but from unlocking hidden truths about existence. The Gospel states, "Truth did not come into the world naked, but it came in types and images. The world will not receive truth in any other way." This suggests that deeper knowledge, perhaps secret teachings of Jesus, could only be understood by those initiated into a higher wisdom. But if these teachings were once part of Christianity, why were they lost? The answer lies in a theological war that raged in the first centuries after Christ. The early Christian movement was not united, it was a battlefield of competing beliefs. The Gnostics, who wrote texts like the Gospel of Philip, believed in a hidden wisdom passed down only to those who could grasp it. There Jesus was not just a teacher of morality, he was a revealer of divine mysteries. This conflicted with the emerging Orthodox Church, which sought a universal doctrine, one that would unite believers under a single interpretation of Christ's message. By the 4th century, under the Roman Emperor Constantine, Christianity was officially adopted as the state religion, and alternative interpretations, including Gnostic writings, were declared heretical. Texts like the Gospel of Philip were banned, burned, and driven underground. Yet, somehow, a few copies survived. And now, in modern times, we can finally read what was once forbidden. Was the Gospel of Philip merely a mystical reflection of early Christian thought? Or does it contain fragments of a suppressed truth, one that could change how we view Jesus, Mary Magdalene, and the very foundation of Christianity itself? One thing is certain, this text was hidden for a reason. Was it simply too radical for the Church to accept? Or does it reveal a side of Jesus that history tried to erase? The sands of Egypt may have buried this gospel for over a millennium, but its secrets continue to echo through time, challenging everything we think we know. What do you believe? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to dive even deeper into the hidden texts of Christianity, make sure to check out my full documentary on the Nag Hammadi Library, linked in the description, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe.